The resolute investigation and punishment of Zhang Youxia and Liu Jingli is a major achievement in the party and the military's fight against corruption. It is an important demonstration of the party and the military's determination and strength, and holds great significance for winning the tough, protracted, and overall battle against corruption in the military.
Nobody is safe. No place for betrayal. This is the reality for China's leadership ranks under Xi Jinping's regime. Chinese President Xi Jinping's latest move sent shockwaves through Beijing, as Xi's recent decision has left him almost alone at the top of the world's largest army. The president's long-running anti-corruption campaign gained new significance with the removal of his close ally and army chief, Zhang Youxia. The Xi government has accused the top general of leaking core technical data about Beijing's nuclear weapons to a so-called ally, the US, and of accepting bribes for official acts, including promoting an officer to China's defense minister.
Zhang Youxia, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and Vice Chairman of the Central Military Commission, and Liu Shanli, member of the Central Military Commission and Chief of the Joint Staff Department of the Central Military Commission, are suspected of serious violations of discipline and law. After deliberation by the Party Central Committee, it's been decided to open a case for review and investigation into Zhang Youxia and Liu Shanli.
In a recent statement on January 29th, China's defense ministry said investigations into former generals Zhang Youxia and Liu Zhenli mark a major achievement in the military's anti-corruption campaign.
We firmly oppose any slander or smearing of China's anti-corruption efforts. Under the strong leadership of the party, the Chinese military has always upheld the concept of openness and cooperation, and will continue to engage in dialogue and exchanges with the armed forces of other countries, deepen military mutual trust, strengthen practical cooperation, and contribute China's strength to international and regional peace and stability. The resolute investigation and punishment of Zhang Youxia and Liu Jingli is a major achievement in the party and the military's fight against corruption. It is an important demonstration of the party and the military's determination and strength, and holds great significance for winning the tough, protracted, and overall battle against corruption in the military.
Despite Zhang Youxia being the second in command of China's Central Military Commission and a close ally of President Xi, has been placed under investigation for serious disciplinary and legal violations. He was expected to retire in 2022, but Xi had reinstated the 75-year-old general for a third term, highlighting their close ties. But over the time, Zhang came under Xi's scrutiny for allegedly building influence networks that undermined party unity and abusing his power within the CCP's top military decision-making body, the Central Military Commission. Analysts say Zhang Youxia's strong influence and popularity in the PLA made him a rare power center outside Xi Jinping's direct control, something Xi has never tolerated, especially within the military. China's defense ministry also confirmed a probe into General Liu Zhenli, chief of staff of the CMC's Joint Staff Department. With both sidelined, the 7-member military leadership has been reduced to just 2, led by Xi. The moral of the story: Xi holds all the power. China's PLA Daily called the investigation into 2 senior generals a major achievement, saying they seriously violated the chairman responsibility system. Under this system, China's president holds the authority for supreme military decision-making. Analysts say The moves signal President Xi's strong grip on the Communist Party and the armed forces. The military has been a central focus of Xi's anti-corruption drive since 2012, including the elite rocket force and former defense ministers. Reportedly, since 2012, at least 17 PLA generals have been removed from their posts, including 8 former top officials. China experts say the investigation into Zhang Youxia further centralizes power under President Xi and signals that no senior leader is untouchable. However, repeated purges may weaken the PLA as it struggles to meet its goal of being ready for a possible Taiwan conflict by 2027. According to Hudson Institute fellow John Lee, the probe makes immediate military action unlikely, but raises the chances of force being used against Taiwan in the medium term.
Zhang is the most senior person up to this time, but there have been some very senior people who have been removed or investigated. So from that point of view, I wouldn't say it's unusual or unique. Bear in mind as well that there have been millions of party officials disciplined or arrested or removed since Xi Jinping came to power. In 2025 alone, there were 1 million such cases, and there were 900,000 such cases in 2024. Even a defense minister was removed in 2023. So purges are a very normal part of Chinese Communist Party politics, unfortunately. In the short term, this will create a military leadership gap, clearly, in the PLA, in the Chinese system, which would make any imminent military action by the PLA difficult to comprehend. But the danger, I think, in a medium and longer term is that the use of force by China, in my view, is more likely if constraints are removed from Xi Jinping. So if this is indeed a political power grab by Xi Jinping, and if it means there are fewer constraints on Xi Jinping, in the medium term, I think this increases the likelihood of the use of force against Taiwan. Bear in mind also that in the last few years, a lot of the PLA officers who have been investigated or removed have come from the PLA rocket force. And it's the PLA rocket force that would lead any military offensive against Taiwan. So what this tells me is that Xi is not certain that both the personnel and the capabilities of the PLA rocket force and the PLA more generally is ready to his satisfaction to meet the theoretical 2027 deadline for them to be ready, if called upon, to invade Taiwan successfully. I think this is very much a Xi Jinping ambition. The PRC has always wanted to integrate Taiwan, but Xi Jinping is the first leader to seemingly link it to his personal legacy.
Earlier, in December 2025, China's military carried out major drills around Taiwan, including live-fire exercises under Justice Mission 2025, aimed at deterring foreign support for the self-ruled island and Taiwan's separatist forces.
Starting from December 29th, the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army organized the Army, Navy, and Air Force, as well as rocket force and other units to the Taiwan Strait, the northern part of the Taiwan Island and the southwest of the Taiwan Island, the southeast of the Taiwan Island and east of the Taiwan Island, organized the Justice Mission 2025 exercise. The focus was on drills such as maritime and aerial combat readiness patrols, seizing key positions for integrated control, risk management of external lines, and multi-dimensional area access. Multiple ships and aircraft approached Taiwan, and joint assaults were carried out by various stationed military branches. The aim was to test the theater command troops' real combat joint operational capabilities. This is a serious warning to the separatist forces advocating Taiwan independence and to external interfering forces. This is a legitimate and necessary action to defend national sovereignty and safeguard national unity.
Starting from this morning, the PLA Eastern Theater Command is conducting drills in areas near the Taiwan island. Some said the drills are carried out in response to the $11.1 billion of arms sales to Taiwan announced by the U.S. this month. What's your comment? The spokesperson of the PLA Eastern Theater Command has made an announcement of the military drills. The PLA military exercise is a severe punishment against Taiwan independent separatist forces' attempt of seeking independence through military buildup and a necessary action to safeguard China's national sovereignty and territorial integrity. Let me stress that the DPP authorities are hell-bent on seeking Taiwan independence, attempt to solicit U.S. support for that agenda, and even risk turning Taiwan into a powder keg and an ammunition depot. Such attempt fully reveals that the DPP authorities are the one who destroys peace, creates crises, and stokes warfare. The external forces' attempt of using Taiwan to contain China and arming Taiwan will only embolden the Taiwan independent separatists and push the Taiwan Strait toward the danger of military conflict. The Taiwan question is at the core of China's core interests. China is firmly resolved in defending its national sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. Any egregious move of crossing the line and making provocations on the Taiwan question will face a resolute head-on blow from China. And any ill-intentioned attempt of stopping China's reunification is doomed to fail.